Good evening and welcome to tonight's live coverage of the Pitching In Northern Premier League as your Mariners take on Stafford Rangers. Marine are in the midst of a dip in form with the most recent defeat to Bamber Bridge, making it 5 games without a win. Stafford Rangers are faring no better themselves, having lost each of their last 4 games, but did pick up a 2-1 win victory. 2-1 win over Marine earlier this season.
Tell you what, if we've been carrying on, I've been quitting the last few games.
The commentary team today is me, Luke Feather, and I'm joined by Tom Wardle. So Tom, where do Marine need to improve tonight?
Well, I think along the back four, reintroducing Josh Solomon-Davis and Johnny Spittle will add some solidity that we haven't seen in the last few games, definitely not at the MTA. But conditions are a lot calmer this evening than we saw last Saturday, so I think Neil Young will see this as a must-win. The team, Stafford Rangers, are struggling themselves, and a win will definitely get those hopes back and push us back up the league.
We'll get on to the starting 11 in just a moment, but one name that is amongst the starting team is Craig Curran, new signing. What did you make of his debut against Bamber Bridge?
Yeah, he's definitely the kind of pedigree that you don't see too much in these kind of divisions. Definitely added a bit of grit in the forward line, bit of a target man that we haven't really seen so far this season. But yeah, I'll be hoping to see him a little bit more in and around the box and hopefully getting himself on the score sheet. Sorry.
So with a couple of minutes to go until kick-off, we will run through today's team, starting with Stafford Rangers. So in goals, number 1, Cameron Belford. Number 2, Andrew Burns. Number 3, Joseph Dunn. Number 4, Jack Baxter. Number 5, Ethan Stewart. Number 6, James O'Neill. Number 7, Alex Kiwamia. Number 8, Thomas Tonks. Number 9, Cayman Anderson. Number 10, Callum Saunders. And number 11, the captain, Alex Ray Harvey. On the bench for Rangers tonight, it's number 12, Joe Willis. Number 14, Lewis Morrison Derbyshire. Number 15, Ethan Morgan. Number 16, Darius Smith. And number 17, Joseph Kenton. And for Marine tonight, in goal, it's number 1, Bailey Passant. Number 2, Josh Solomon-Davis. Number 3, Sean Smith. Number 4, Jordan Lussey. Number 5, the captain, Josh Wardle. Number 6, Johnny Spittle. Number 7, Craig Curran. Number 8, Charlie Doyle. Number 9, Mo Torre. Number 10, Saul Solomon. Number 11, Andrew Scarisbrick. And on the bench for Marine, it's number 12, Luke Clark. Number 14, Alex Doyle. Number 15, James Barragan. Number 16, Lucas Weir. And number 17, another new signing, Lewis Earle. So looking at that team, Tom, how do you expect Marine to shape up?
Well, obviously, you got the front three, Mo Torre, Sol Solomon and Craig Curran, you would expect. Despite Curran kind of found himself on the right-hand side towards the end of our last game, I do expect him to be down the middle with Solomon and Torre either side. Scarisbrick putting that 10 role and trying to make things happen. And yeah, it's definitely goals in the side. We just need to see a bit more of it tonight.
And we are running a little bit behind schedule tonight. It's now 7:45. We should have kicked off by now, but the players are only just making their way out onto the pitch, so we will be kicking off slightly later than expected as Marine make their way out onto the pitch in their usual white shirts, black shorts and black socks. Stafford Rangers this evening in all blue. The man in the middle tonight, Callum Jones, and he'll be assisted by Mark Hansen, Joshua Mitchell. It's a reverse fixture very early on in the season, Tuesday night down in Stafford. A match that saw Joe Ferguson make his debut for Marine. He's one of the standout players on the pitch that evening until his untimely sending off. Also a game that saw, at the time, a very rare appearance from Mo Torre. But it's an evening that he would like to forget about, giving the ball away and leading to Stafford Rangers winning goal. Obviously, on the subject of Mo Torre, how how have you seen his game over the last few weeks, and what would you like to see different from him?
Yeah, we know his finishing capabilities and his technique on the ball. I just think the last couple of games, certainly, I know last game at Bamber Bridge was a difficult one for a striker, but just need to find himself involved a little bit more in the attacking areas. You see Solomon trying to get on the ball on every opportunity. I think Neil Young will just be asking just a little bit more of Mo Toure.
Leading the line today, Mo Toure, supported of course by Sol Solomon, and he really has been the standout goal scorer in this team, especially with the departure of Hayden Campbell. 10 goals for Solomon so far for Marine. Just what have you made of his impact since joining the club?
Yeah, obviously Sol came in and had an instant impact to the side. We all know what he can do, and yeah, especially as you mentioned, Hayden Campbell leaving the club, you need players like Sol to step up. I'm sure he will tonight.
And 3 minutes behind schedule, we're just about ready to get underway. Will be Stafford Rangers 2 kickers off. Marine attacking the College Road end in this first half. It's Marine versus Stafford Rangers.
Right.
And we are just about ready to get going. Final checks from the referee, Callum Jones. Stafford get us underway. The ball laid back to Harvey. Tries to play it forward quickly up towards Anderson. Square ball for Baxter and out wide now to the left back, Dunn. Tries to play it into the feet of Baxter. Wins it back though. But here's Solomon Davis for Marine. Dangerous ball across the penalty area. Straight into the path of Tonks, who tried his luck from 25 yards. It wasn't a bad effort. Risky ball there from Solomon Davis across his own box.
Yeah, it's certainly to brush off those cobwebs after being outside Solomon Davis and giving Tonks an early chance, and he's never shy to hit that one.
Passing gets us back underway with the first goal kick of the evening. Looking for Charlie Doyle over on the right hand side. Curran again tries to play it down the line, out for a throw in. Solomon Davis steps up to take. As expected, Curran has taken up a position on the right flank. Toure comes short to receive, back to Solomon Davis. Tries to play it back to Doyle, overhits that one, but Spittle's there to sweep it forward. Not a lot of direction on that one, and goalkeeper Cameron Belford off his line quickly for his first involvement of the evening. Just has a quick word with Scarisbrick as he makes his way out of the penalty area. Belford with a long ball over towards the left-hand side for Rangers, headed away by Johnny Spittle. Forward once more from O'Neill. Stafford have it down their left wing now, back to Harvey. The captain tries to dink a ball in towards the box with his left foot, headed away by Smith. Fell on the edge of the box for Tonks, I think it was. Another dangerous effort, his second strike from that sort of distance of the game.
Well, it's been a very shaky start at the back, to say the least, by Marine. 2 decent half chances for Stafford Rangers in and around the edge of the box, and just need to keep the Reds, and an early goal going down here would be not the start they were asking for.
Back underway with passing, but it's a bit of a defensive mix-up, and it might fall for Solomon. Tries to play it into a path of Toure. Oh, and it was Scarisbrick with the strike. Closed down well. Just didn't seem like anything wanted to hit that then. It was a missed kick from O'Neill at the back for Stafford Rangers into the path of Solomon. Tries the square ball to Toure. Toure lets it run through to Scarisbrick. By the time it got to him, Stafford man was able to close down. Big chance for Marine.
Yeah, we were talking about Mo Toure before the game, and the striker there on the penalty spot, you think he's got to hit it, haven't you? And he's left it for Scarisbrick, and to be fair, the keeper's come off his line quickly there.
Lucy launches a throw in into the box, but it's headed away. Might fall for Scarisbrick, a very long way out. Speculative effort. And it's nowhere near the goal in the end. So midfield trio tonight of Jordan Lucy, Charlie Doyle and Andrew Scarisbrick. You would expect Scarisbrick to be pushing forward the furthest out of those three. Lucy, someone that likes to control the game from deep, as it is Charlie Doyle. Picking up a loose ball in the centre of the pitch. It's Curran over on the right flank, spreads it further wide to Solomon Davis. Checks back to Johnny Spittle. Takes a touch and looks down the line for Curran, who can just about keep it in. Into Scarisbrick now. Curran's continued his run, can't quite get on the end of that one. A little bit of a heavy pass there from Scarisbrick, a better ball, and Curran is in a good crossing position.
Yeah, it does look like Craig Curran will be starting on that right-hand side where he finished against Bamber Bridge. It's a nice play there, just slightly a bit by Scarisbrick, but that's the idea for Marine.
Decent start in these opening 4 minutes. If you are just joining us, it's Marine 0, Stafford Rangers 0. A couple of early sights of goal for both sides. Scarisbrick's effort closed down inside the penalty area, while Thomas Tonks has had a couple of strikes go narrowly wide. And here is Scarisbrick once again trying to get a ball into the box, cleared away by Stewart. Headed forward again by Solomon Davis, up towards Solomon, who's absolutely clattered to the ground by a combination of Burns and O'Neill. The referee's whistle has blown. You wonder if it's for a free kick or for the head injury. As is protocol, the game must be stopped if there's a collision to the head, and there was certainly a bang to the head of Solomon there. Saw one.
Yeah, he found himself in the middle of two blue shirts as Solomon couldn't get out of the way. Don't think the referee's not too sure what the decision he's given.
It looks like he's pointing to the spot where Solomon went down. It's not entirely clear.
It looked like he gave a free kick on a first time of asking, but he said looks like the goalie's just going to take care of this one.
A little bit of a mix-up of communication there from the referee, Callum Jones, but we're back underway with a drop ball left for the goalkeeper, Belford. Long punt forward, missed in there by Lucy. Scarisbrick can step in to win it back. Some decent footwork, goes down, wins a free kick inside the centre circle. Good retentive play there from Scarisbrick. Back underway quickly with Wardle and his centre-back partner, Johnny Spittle. Tries the lofted ball out wide to Curran. Can take it down at the second time of asking. Can't quite beat his man, but it does win a throw-in. Last touch came off of Joe Dunn. Curran to leave it for Jordan Lucy, a long throw specialist in the team. In the absence of Jack Dunn, another one of those. Of course, we won't see him for a very long time. We wish him well. Long throw in towards the box. It's bounced over everyone's head. At the back post now of Curran. Thinks about the shot. Back into the centre, punched away by Belford. Might fall for Lucy. Big deflection. Headed away in the end by Burns. Torre thinks about keeping it in play, but instead just lets it run out for another Marine throw-in.
Yeah, I think he missed everyone there. Torre just don't think he expected the ball to come his way, but another good chance and another bit of pressure on the Stafford Rangers defence.
Will be Lucy once again from the opposite side this time, from Marine's left, to launch another ball in towards the penalty area. A little bit short of this one. Headed behind by Kiwomya, and it will be a corner for Marine, the first of the game.
Yeah, the early signs are Stafford Rangers aren't happy with the balls coming into their box, and he certainly wants to put more pressure in and around that 6-yard area.
Solomon to take the corner. We know one trick that he has up his sleeve from these situations. Will he attempt it tonight? It's a deep one in towards the back post, punched half away by Belford, and now Baxter looks to take it further forward. Solomon Davis across well. Spittle tries to dink it back into the path of Solomon Davis. Curran might be able to take it down. I think in the end has a little bit of a nibble at the ankles of Baxter, but the linesman's given a throw in. Marine's way, that is. Solomon Davis. Gonna leave it for Lucy. It looks a little bit further back than he would usually take them from, but it's a chance for midfielder to launch another throw into the box. Charlie Doyle making himself short. make himself an option with a short throw in. Wins another one. Few yards further up the pitch to be taken once again by Jordan Lussey. Centre-back Spittle and Wardle making their way into the box now, but he takes it short to Solomon Davis. Wasteful cross headed away by Baxter. Up towards Anderson. And suddenly Saunders might find himself in on goal here, but Solomon Davis has got the pace on the recovery to track back, cleared away by Passant, and that one lands on the roof of the stand.
Yeah, Solomon Davis had all the time and the ball to put the cross in. Is certainly a poor one, but he did well getting back defensively and helping his team out there.
Throw down the line from the left back, Joe Dunn. To the feet of Saunders, looking to wriggle past a couple of Marine defenders. Out for a throw in. And now looks like it's going to be Stafford's turn to launch a throw in into the box. Number 8, Tonks, has come across to take it, and it is a massive throw in towards the penalty area. It's met by Stafford man, lands on the roof of the net, let off for Marine.
Well, I thought Jordan Lussey was lumping him into the Marine box well, but massive throw, and like you say, by Tonks, causing problems at both ends of the long throws.
Marine, as mentioned at the start of the coverage tonight, a bit of a dip of form in recent weeks after that impressive run. Having lost just once in 14 games. Currently 5 games without a win. Seeing them drop in the table, but still in playoff contention. A couple of games in hand over those above them. Scarisbrick goes down in the centre of the pitch and wins a free kick for the Mariners. Stafford Rangers, another side that has suffered a bit of a dip in form. Again, at the beginning of the season, they were in and around the playoffs and top of the league for a couple of weeks. But in fairness, most teams in the top half were top of the league at some point. The referee just wants a quick word with captain Josh Wardle and Andrew Burns. Seen something in the on the edge of a penalty area that he doesn't like. Jordan Lussey, the man standing over the ball for this free kick. It's a long way out. It's going to be a crossing position from the free kick. Right of centre as Lussey approaches the ball. Referee happy with what he said to Wardle, and he's let them get back on with it. Ball in towards the back post from Lussey. It's a deep one. Doyle was up. And the referee's given a free kick to Stafford Rangers, I think. I don't know if he was unhappy with something that Wardle did in there, or the enthusiastic leap of Doyle.
Yeah, I think there's just a bit of a miscommunication at the back post. Doyle and Wardle both trying to go for that header. Just one of them needs to put their name on it, because there's another good chance to put it in the danger zone for Marine.
Not sure what's gone off with Scarisbrick there, but he's left the pitch momentarily. The referee blown his whistle and awarded a free kick to Stafford Rangers in a right back position just inside Marine's half. A good 10 yards inside, in fact. Trying to work out what the issue is with Scarisbrick. I don't know if you can see anything there, Tom.
Not too sure what's going on himself, if it's a slight head injury or patching him up somehow, but definitely be a miss on the pitch from the set piece.
Anyway, the free kick is launched into the penalty area. It's headed away by Spittle. Doyle into the feet of Solomon, who's given a chance to stretch his legs for the first time this evening. Wide for Torre. Sweeped away by Burns, and it will be a Marine throw-in. Into the feet of Torre. And Smith all the way back to Wardle. Might just choose to clear his lines here. It does, but it's not the best ball. Headed forward again by O'Neill. Cleared in there by Spittle. The two number 6s taking it in turns to clear for their respective teams. Here's O'Neill again, with a little bit of time on the ball. Fires a long left-footed ball forward up towards Kiwamia. Here's Baxter now, 25 yards from goal. Spreads it wide to Tonks, looks to cut in. Good defending in there. Scarisbrick is back on now, might be able to chase that clearance. He's putting a little bit of pressure amongst Stewart, but he's calm and composed on the ball. Good defending there from Stewart. Long ball forward from Belford. There's Solomon now. Can take it down on the halfway line. It's nicked off him, but he does manage to win it back. Here's Smith in for Doyle. Oh, here's Lussey into the feet of Torres, holding off the challenge of Stewart. Lussey looks to lob a ball forward through to Scarisbrick, who'd made a run, but it's dealt with. But here's Smith now for Marine. Tries a long diagonal over towards Curran. A little while since we've mentioned him. Lays it back off to Solomon Davis. Good possessional play this from Marine, keeping the ball well. Here's Spittle. Looks to slide it through to Scarisbrick. Good interception from O'Neill. And the clearance to match up towards Anderson. Got no options ahead of him, so he lays it back to O'Neill. Another dink over the top down the left-hand side. Into Saunders, who tried his luck on his left foot. Dealt with fairly comfortably by Bailey Passon.
Yeah, it's the first bit of possession Marine have had in this opening quarter of an hour. Good play all round by it was Curran, who used his body well to build the attack.
15 minutes played. Marine 0, Stafford Rangers 0. As Bailey Passon tries to launch another attack over towards Curran. Final touch came off of a Stafford man. And it's a Marine throw. Solomon Davis to launch down his line. Headed away by Dunn and then further away by O'Neill. Smith wins the second ball into the feet of Lussey now. Tries to spread it quickly wide to Curran. It's a good touch. Tries to poke it through to Torre. Not quite the correct direction on that one. Laid off now to Harvey, and Stewart can spread it wide to Burns. Looking to attack down the right. Headed away by Wardle. It's very frantic in there. Both sides struggling to maintain possession. As Curran loses out to Dunn. He's got some tracking back to do now. Solomon Davis comes across and puts the ball out of play. Safety first. Quick throw into Baxter. Looks to make way down the left wing. Part of play by Curran. Looks like we're going to get another long throw in.
There seems to be a recurring theme. Looks like if there's going to be an opening goal, it could be where it comes from, with Tonks.
Tonks with the ball in hand, another monstrous throw in into the box. It might just fall for Anderson. High and wide with the volley in the end, but it's another decent opportunity for Stafford Rangers, and again it's these long throw-ins.
Yeah, we haven't dealt with it too assertively so far. Neither side has. Another half chance for Stafford Rangers, and got a few shots early on in this first half.
Five games to keep you updated on tonight in the Northern Premier League. Ashton United 0, Marsk United 0, Bamber Bridge 0, Warrington Rylands 0. Of course, Marine 0, Stafford Rangers 0. FC United of Manchester have taken an early lead at Nantwich Town, and Radcliffe and Lancaster City are currently 0-0. A win for Marine tonight could see them jump up to 6th. So they look to continue their push for the playoffs. Would be a brilliant achievement, having just been promoted from the NPL West. Free kick into the box, aiming for Josh Wardle. Final touch came off of the Stafford Rangers man. And another corner for the Mariners.
There was a vital header by Ethan Stewart for Stafford Rangers. Wardle was coming in on the back post. After scoring his only goal of the season in the reverse fixture, he's certainly being eyeing up another one in this game.
Solomon to take full about the short option to Sean Smith. But the tracking back of Kiwomya put an end to that. Solomon looks to whip one in towards the back post. Torre goes down inside the 6-yard box. Shouts for a penalty. Referee Callum Jones having none of it.
Strong shouts, weren't they? By the Marine crowd. Torre hitting the floor, but referee never interested with that one.
In fairness, I think it was only really Torre appealing in the white of Marine. It was mainly from the crowd rather than on the pitch. Torre still having a little word with the referee, making his feelings known. But we will get back underway with a goal kick. As the players congregate towards Stafford Rangers' left. Met in there by Lucy, over towards Solomon. Tries to sweep a quick ball over on the right flank where Torre's made a run. He's got Curran for support. Runs out of space in the end, but somehow managed to win a throw-in. A little bit lucky from Torre there, but sure he'll take that one. Curran, as has become the pattern of the evening, leaves the ball for Jordan Lucy. And it's another chance for Marine to carve something out of one of these long throws. Scarisbrick has made himself an option, but it's been ignored. It looked like it slipped out of the hands of Lucy then, really, and he's got away with it. Saunders puts the ball behind, and it's a corner for Marine.
Wasn't convincing defending again, though, was it? By Saunders on that occasion. There's more tussling going on between Torre and goalkeeper Cameron Belford that fans are showing their frustration at towards the referee.
A few members of the crowd just reminding the referee to keep an eye on the Torre situation, the 6-yard box, as Solomon sends an out swinging ball in towards Wardle. Is the man who made connection, but it was down into the ground and it bounced up nicely for Belford. Tries to get the game back underway quickly, not the best clearance Solomon Davis can pick up. Here's Torre, poor touch from Torre, nicked off him by O'Neill. Solomon Davis has it back now for Marine. Lucy a little bit loose. They might just fall for Tonks in the centre here. Scarisbrick tracking back. Kiwomya. Good strong challenge in there from Sean Smith. Not the time for footwork there from Scarisbrick, and he clears his lines. Burns tries to play it forward again. Kiwomya looking to make the run in behind. Back to passing and a long clearance, but it's rather up more than away. Scarisbrick stooping low for the header. Just about wins a free kick for his side.
Sean Smith's first real involvement in the game. He had to time that challenge right, and I think he just about did. Otherwise, could have been a few problems at the back for the Mariners.
We're approaching the halfway stage in this first half. Still goalless at the Marine Travel Arena. Best sides of goal came when Torre dummied the ball, left it for Scarisbrick. It was closed down quickly before he could strike on goal. Charlie Doyle just about manages to retain possession in the centre of the pitch. Back to Johnny Spittle. Wide now to Solomon Davis. Back to Spittle. Tries to play it forward into Curran. Good control with the chest, and back to Solomon Davis. Spittle trying that curled ball forward that he tries so many times. Doyle tries to poke it forward again, but it's away for Stafford. And here's Kiwomya. Back to Harvey. Harvey back onto his left foot and tries the long ball forward. Solomon Davis with a shove in the back, and it's going to be a free kick for Rangers.
Yeah, it was a cheap one, wasn't it? By Solomon Davis, when you've seen already how dangerous Stafford have been with the set pieces. Don't want to be giving away something like that.
It's needless from Solomon Davis, and he's put his side under a bit of pressure here. Gets Kiwomya stood over the ball. It's a very long way out, probably not thinking about the shot. It's to the left of centre, probably about 35 to 40 yards, maybe 35, in towards the back post. Headed away. Scarisbrick challenging well, and Smith further away. Is Curran, manages to control the ball well. Back across his own box, can be risky, but it pays off. It's Spittle. Into Lucy. in the sort of position where he loves to be on the ball. Back across the Marine penalty area to Wardle, who can step forward. Is Smith, fakes one way and goes the other. Into Torre's feet, out wide now to Curran, who's momentarily switched wings. I wonder if he will make his way back over to the right-hand side. There's a bit more structure to the attack. Although Solomon has also switched over, so maybe that's one to keep an eye on. Quick throw from Solomon Davis, back to Spittle. Tries the ball in behind for Solomon. Safety first from O'Neill, out for a throw-in as Torre was breathing down his neck. It's in that position that we've seen so many times tonight already. Jordan Lussey looking to make this one count a bit better than the previous one in particular. A quick one too, Johnny Spittle, not the best touch from the centre-back. Tries to loft it back over his marker for Lussey. It's out of play from Dunn, and Lussey will get another bite at the apple.
Yeah, I don't think you want centre half calling short for that one. It didn't work out. I want him in the box like looks to be on this one, Johnny Spittle.
Craig Curran lurking at the back post, looking to make a nuisance of himself. Doyle could just about flick it on. Comfortable for Belford. But he had to be on his toes. Flicked goalwards from Charlie Doyle. 25 minutes played here. Still, we are goalless. No major saves from either goalkeeper. Free kick goes Stafford's way. After Harvey is toppled just inside his own half. James O'Neill, the taker.
There's been a lot of stop-start in this game, hasn't it? Not too much of a flow to it. It suit the away side more than the Marine.
And it feels like when the ball has been in play, it's been very frantic at times. Neither side really enjoying major spells of possession. It's very back and forth. Throw in over on the far side, down the right wing for Stafford Rangers. There's no short option, so you'd assume it's another one to be launched into the box, and it is. It's headed away. I think it's Sean Smith there. And now picked up again over on the far side into Baxter, who's in the penalty area. Tries his luck. Tame effort in the end. Dribbles a good few yards wide of Bailey Passant's post.
Yeah, they've had a few attempts in that kind of range. Stafford Rangers, I think. Passant's just letting his defence know he wants them to get out a little bit quicker, close the angle down.
Long ball forward from Wardle now, dealt with by Stewart. Torre can pick it up, tries to head it into the feet of Solomon, but he's wayward with the header. Saunders wide now to Dunn. Back to Saunders. Back now to Dunn if he can get on the end of this. Cross into the box. It's met in there. Oh, it's a brilliant save from Bailey Passant. It's not dealt with yet, and it's cleared further away from Doyle. And here's Smith. A chance to counter-attack perhaps for Marine. Scarisbrick looks to play it forward to Torre. It was never really on. And the ball might just run through to Belford, but he wasn't taking any chances with Torre bearing down on him. Charlie Doyle, I think, hit the referee with his ball forward there, but the referee's waved play on. Curran tries to leave it for Scarisbrick, but Stewart read it well, as he has done with most things, in fairness, this evening. Stewart has made a very strong start to the game, but what about that for a save from Bailey Passant?
Yeah, I know he'll be kicking himself about a few of the goals he conceded against Bamber Bridge, but that was a super save, wasn't it? By Passant, point-blank range. But he didn't know too much about it, but he did what he had to do to keep the ball out of the net.
He was in the right place at the right time. Fantastic ball into the box from Dunn. Header from Anderson. Looks certain to give Stafford the lead. Passing out other ideas. Solomon Davis throws into the body of Curran. Back to Doyle. Now is Wardle. Into the feet of Scarisbrick. Tries to turn it round the corner for Solomon. Cleared away.
Just seems like a few too many flicks and tricks on that Marine front line, and not all on the same wavelength at the moment. That's why they're not finding themselves with a load of opportunities in the opening half an hour.
Smith with the throw back to Wardle. Got a little bit of time on the ball to his centre-back partner, Spittle. Opts to play it all the way back to the goalkeeper, Passon. Back to Wardle it goes. As Marine look to create a little bit of space. Wardle tries to go long up to Torre, but it's not accurate, and in the end it falls out wide to Curran. He's got Solomon Davis ahead of him. Slightly heavy touch, and it's a decent chance there to get a ball into the box.
Yeah, I think Curran could have just used Solomon Davis as a dummy. Space was open for a cross. Pass into the fullback right under his feet, and it's unfortunate with the touch, but it's more like it from Marine. Solomon Davis getting forward.
A couple of goals to tell you about in the Northern Premier League. Ashton United have took the lead against Marsk. And it's former Mariner Keelan Adams with the goal. Radcliffe. Also a goal to the good against Lancaster City. Michael Brewster on the score sheet there. There's a stoppage in play and a signal to the bench as a Stafford man has gone down.
Yeah, I think it's clearance by Wardle just caught the Stafford Rangers man afterwards. Might just be a bit winded there, that's why the ref stopped the game.
Looks like Callum Saunders who's hit the deck. Former Ashton United striker. Joined Stafford back in December. Looks like we're going to get back underway with a drop ball. And it's Spittle to play it forward, looking for Curran. Looked like it hit the arm of Curran there as he hit the deck, and the referee spotted it. Free kick and a left back position for Stafford. Goalkeeper Belford out to take. Launches another one up towards Anderson. Scrappy in there once again. Doyle with a challenge going in. Torre on the deck. It's all going on in the middle of a pitch, Tom.
Yeah, I think if the referee might have blamed before Charlie Doyle took the man out, he'd get away with one there, but I was saying before, it's a bit stop-start, and it's got even more so as the game's gone on. Players hitting the deck. I think Torre be okay on this occasion.
Referee taking his time and getting the game back underway. I think it will be a drop ball back to O'Neill. He'll try to launch an attack down the left-hand side. Cleared away now from Lussey, claiming that the last touch came off a Stafford man, and the referee agrees with him. So it will be Solomon Davis to get us back underway with a throw in about 15 to 20 yards inside his own half. Just asking for options ahead of him. In the end, he might just have to go down the line. Doyle manages to flick on for Torre. And it might break in the centre of a pitch for Lussey. No, beaten to it by Tonks. But Wardle can pick that up. Down the line for Smith. Good turn. But good challenge in there again from Tonks. But Wardle, like a battering ram, charges through the centre. Torre can't quite control it. And Dunn gets it caught under his feet now. And Doyle can just about spread it wide for Curran. Referee pulls it back for a tug on Doyle.
It was brilliant tracking back initially by Curran. It just hasn't quite fell to Toure so far. It's went under his feet again. Curran came back, won the ball, and Marine have another chance to put the ball inside Stafford Rangers' box.
Just looking at the bench, there aren't too many options in forward areas for the Mariners. You've got midfielders Luke Clark, Alex Doyle, James Barragan and Lucas Weir, with defensive option of Lewis Earle. The free kick into the box is cleared away, but Lucy does brilliantly to spread it wide again. Here's Solomon Davis, beats one man, but Dunn comes across to make sure he doesn't beat a second. Spittle picks it up about 25 yards from goal, slides it through to Toure. The linesman's flag is up. And for my money, incorrectly on that occasion. I feel like Toure timed that well.
I think he might have just been slightly off there, Toure. Linesman was quick to give the decision. Just hasn't quite worked out for him so far. I wonder after the break if Curran will come more centrally. So you imagine Neil Young might tinker with that forward line.
Long ball forward from Belford, gets us back underway. And then Anderson tries to flick it forward, but it's picked up again by Solomon Davis. Through to Toure. Again, it's a bit of a loose layoff, and Doyle in the end. There's no real choice but to get a challenge in and smash it forward. Picked up under no real pressure by the goalkeeper Belford.
Just need to keep that ball to a white shirt, a bit frantic still. You know, what are we? 10 minutes left of the first half, and need to get the ball down a little bit more, Marine, and try and cause Stafford Rangers a few more problems from open play. We haven't seen too many of that in this first half.
Sean Smith does well to get a foot in and play it forward to Solomon, who's got a bit of space ahead of him. Uses the overlap from Sean Smith. Tries to get across into the box. Blocked by Tonks. It's a throw-in, not a corner. Throw-in taken quickly to Lucy. Back to Smith now. Better ball in from Smith. Headed away by O'Neill. Smith might be able to pick it up again, but it's cleared away by Kiwamya. Wardle heads it back across the centre of the pitch where Charlie Doyle can receive. Back to Spittle now. Tries to launch it out wide over towards Curran. Toure lets it run for Solomon. Scarisbrick can race through. And the ball hits the back of the net. But linesman Josh Mitchell, flag up again.
Yeah, it was a lovely little layoff by Solomon. Finding Scarisbrick on the run, but the linesman again quick with his decision. And that's more like it from Marine coming down this left-hand side. We haven't seen Smith and Solomon link up too much in this first half, but almost created the opening goal there.
Definitely something we need to try and utilise more in the remainder of the first half and into the second. Fantastic ball in there from Sean Smith. The first that we've seen, really, from that side. The ball in Solomon Davis' possession again as he throws into Lucy. Back to the right back. Bailey Passant just steps off his line to clear forward. Can Solomon take it down now? Not quite. Burns clears away. Marine enjoying just a little bit more of the ball in the last couple of minutes. Wardle wide to Lucy and then back across to Spittle. Big switch of play to Solomon Davis. Into Doyle, who tries to play a quick ball wide to Curran. Too much on that, and it will run behind for a goal kick.
It's better by the home side. Don't have to find the forward pass on every occasion, just having a spell of possession. I think it's helped them grow into the game.
Across the Northern Premier League, news of another goal at Hurst Cross. It's 1-1 between Ashton United and Marsk United. Marsk currently occupying one of the relegation places, but have played at least 5 less games than those above them. They've actually played 8 less games than the team in 18th. Ball into the box now from Curran, cleared away by Burns. That was a decent ball from Curran as well. The ball out wide to Spittle, holds off the challenge, but the last touch was deemed to come off a Marine man. And Burns gets back underway with the throw. Just looking for options down his line is for right back. Wardle has to head it twice to get it forward. Solomon dummies to clear it and instead takes it past a couple, tries to cut back inside. Good footwork from Solomon. Into the box now, fantastic from Solomon. Just maybe tried to do a little bit too much. In the end was stopped in his tracks, but some fantastic footwork from Solomon there.
Yeah, it was brilliant, wasn't it? Solomon bringing the crowd to life there. Did the hard work though, you just thought could have played that cross in, tried to take on the extra man. Showed the confidence of the lad, and that's what you want to see.
Wardle can take it down now and play it back towards Solomon, just cut out there before it could reach Marines' second top goal scorer, I should say. Top goal scorer amongst the current players. Throw down the line from Smith, looking for Torre, headed out by Burns. And we are as we were. 5 minutes to go until the half-time break. Still we are goalless here at the Marine Travel Arena as Ethan Stewart clears his lines for Stafford. Final touch came off of Wardle. Stafford have got a chance, judging by their previous throw-ins, to get a ball into the box from a decent position. Will be Tonks once again, who's taken ownership of all these long throws. It's a arrowed one into Kiwambi. Back to Tonks. Tries for cross. Not the most convincing goalkeeping from Bailey Passant. Back in towards the 6-yard box, and the ball goes behind for, I think will be, oh, it's a free kick. I think it's offside.
You have to think Bailey Passant under no pressure there. Made his own trouble, punching the ball out. Got away with it in the end.
So it will be a goal kick for Marine. Passant to get us back underway. Sigh of relief from the Marine goalkeeper. As you say, Tom, not the most convincing handling there. One ball forward up towards Sullivan. Headed away again by Stewart. He's having a brilliant game at the back there for Stafford Rangers. Clearance from Passant over towards Curran. Misses everyone and out for a throw-in.
I think you have to say Stafford Rangers probably just edged the better opportunities in the game, but Marine having the ball in the opposition half on more occasions, yet to find that.
Doyle looks to loop it forward for Solomon, but final touch came off of O'Neill and into the hands of Belford. Drops for ball and plays it long up towards Anderson, headed away by Wardle and further away by Doyle. Clearance from Stewart. And Sean Smith will watch it out for a throw. Here's Lussey back to Smith. Tries the ball down the line towards Scarisbrick. And Solomon take advantage of that. It just slips at a vital moment. O'Neill back to cover. Decent chance for Solomon there if he could have kept his foot in. There was a stoppage in play as Burns and Torre collide. Referee.
Yeah, I think it's just a head clash in the middle of the pitch between the two lads there.
Good moment for Solomon there though, Tom.
Yeah, he's kind of come to life towards the end of this first half. All the play coming down the right hand side in the opening 35 minutes. You know, Sol's one of the best finishers we've got, and one of the best creative talents we've got. We need to get him involved in the game. I think that's only happened in the last 10 minutes or so. But he's definitely someone that can change a game like this. Not too much happening. You think the first goal would be crucial for either side.
We're into the final 90 seconds of this first half, plus what you would imagine could be a minute or two of injury time. There's been a couple of stoppages, the latest resulting in Torre going off after receiving a bit of treatment. He's ready to come back on, but we'll have to wait for the referee's signal. Smith gets us back underway with the free kick up towards Wardle, heads it into the box. Burns doesn't quite deal with it. Solomon's in there to work it wide to Curran. A better ball in towards the 6-yard box. Referee's whistle goes for a free kick. He's saying that Spittle had a hand in the back of Stewart. Seemed a little bit harsh. I think he had every right to go for the ball there, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to first off say what a fantastic cross by Curran on the flank, causing all sorts of problems, and the goalkeeper and his own player seem to be the only contacts inside the box, and I think that's what's frustrated the Marine crowd, with Spittle on the back post also looking to keep the attack alive there.
Didn't actually look like Spittle made any sort of contact with the defender or the goalkeeper. It's merely a mix-up at the back. But a free kick is awarded. We'll get back underway with this latest one from Belford. Headed forward by Wardle, first to meet it. Scarisbrick can't quite take it round O'Neill. Lussey works it wide to Torre. Need more from him in the second half, Mo Torre. Back to Lussey, tries the long diagonal, headed away by Dunn. Out wide now with Kuomya on the right wing. Nicked off in by Lussey, and here's Torre. Tries to work it forward for Scarisbrick. Beats Stewart to the ball and takes a tumble. Runs out of play, and it will be a throw-in for Stafford Rangers.
Yeah, he was looking for that one, Scarisbrick, but again, Marine, it's a shame that they've got into this game towards the end where the whistle will be blown any minute now. Strong end to the half, you have to say, though.
Stafford tried to work it forward. Lussey instead manages to work it wide, but Tonks can clear. Here's Baxter. Just about works it forward before Doyle closes him down, but Solomon Davis picks it up, and it's wide to Curran, but there is the referee's half-time whistle. It's been a tight encounter so far. Both sides have managed to get the shots away. Neither goalkeeper has really been tested in the opening 45 minutes. Best chance for Marine came as Mo Torre opted to let the ball run through to Andrew Scarisbrick, who was quickly closed down before he managed to strike on goal. At the half-time stage, it's Marine 0, Stafford Rangers 0. Join us in 15 minutes for the second half. Hello and welcome back to this evening's live coverage of the Pitching In Northern Premier League, live from the Marine Travel Arena. It's currently 0-0 between Marine and Stafford Rangers. No major chances to report on. Biggest chance for Marine when Solomon played the ball across the box to Torre, who let it run through to Scarisbrick, but was closed down quickly before he managed to strike on goal. Both sides have looked to threaten through a multitude of long throw-ins into the penalty area, but other than that, no major chances to report on. Tom Wardle joins me this evening. What were your thoughts on the first half, Tom?
Yeah, I think a draw at half-time was fair. Both sides. Stafford Rangers had probably the better chances with Passon making a stunning stop from close range. I think Marine to grow into the game as the half went on with some good chances. Scarisbrick putting the ball in the back of net, just slightly offside. But yeah, I think keep playing like we did in that last 10 minutes that first half. I think could just edge this game off.
I'll just run through the two starting lineups while we wait to get back underway. Starting with Stafford Rangers, it's number 1, Cameron Belford. Number 2, Andrew Burns. Number 3, Joseph Dunn. Number 4, Jack Baxter. Number 5, Ethan Stewart. Number 6, James O'Neill. Number 7, Alex Kiwamia. Number 8, Thomas Tonks. Number 9, Cayman Anderson. Number 10, Callum Saunders. And number 11, the captain, Alex Ray Harvey. And for Marine, it's number 1, Bailey Passon. Number 2, Josh Solomon Davis. Number 3, Sean Smith. Number 4, Jordan Lussey. Number 5, the captain, Josh Wardle. Number 6, Johnny Spittle. Number 7, Craig Curran. Number 8, Charlie Doyle. Number 9, Mo Torre. Number 10, Sol Solomon. And number 11, Andrew Scarisbrick. Marine will be attacking the Crescendo Way end in this second half. So Marine lining up with those 3 in attack. Solomon starting mainly from the left, Curran on the right, and Torre through the middle. Is there anything different that you'd like to see from the Marines forward line in the second half, Tom?
Maybe just a bit more fluidity between the front three, you know, Curran, Solomon and Torre. I know only one of them's playing down the middle, but they've all played down the middle. They've all showed that they can play in that number 9 role, so maybe just a bit more movement between the front three. Solomon coming a bit more inside and getting involved, and I think that's what we need to break down this Stafford defence.
And we are back underway for the second half here at the Marine Travel Arena. Marine looking to end a run of 5 matches without a victory. Stafford Rangers also experience a poor run of form, 4 defeats on the bounce for the visitors this evening. As Torre goes down, but nothing given by the referee Callum Jones. On ball up towards Kiwamia. And the second half has started how the first half played out, really very frantic. Both sides rushing possession. Is just about manages to run out over on the right wing for Marine, out for a Stafford throw-in. Joseph Dunn to take. Who were the standout performers for you in the first half, Tom?
I think it's hard to say, with the goal being 0 apiece. I mean, I think it's nice to see Jordan Luss and Charlie Doyle in more natural positions than we saw in our last game against Bamber Bridge. I think the team have all just been on a decent level without anyone going above and beyond. We saw Solomon playing some nice stuff towards the end of the half, but just need to see a bit more action in front of goal.
Header forward from Spittle, and then the resulting clearance looks to send Anderson on his way. But linesman Joshua Mitchell over on the far side with his flag up. Because Marine did have that one disallowed in the first half. A nice little bit of interplay between Solomon and Scarisbrick saw the latter finish low into the bottom corner. Joshua Mitchell again with his flag up. Denied the game's opening goal. Ball's out behind Stafford goal, so we'll get back underway with a goal kick from Belford. Looks like it will be sent towards Stafford left. It's fairly central in the end, and Doyle manages to head forward for Marine, up towards Torre. Might just fall for Scarisbrick. Tries to send one over the top for Curran. Challenging there from Dunn, and it's out for a throw-in. Solomon Davis wants to get the game moving again quickly. A little bit static from Marine, just looking for options. Torre, the most viable. Solomon on the edge of the box, into Torre again, but all the way back to Smith, and Lussey controlling midfield position. Good footwork from Torre to keep possession. In the end, has to play it all the way back to Johnny Spittle. Into the feet of Curran, does well to control it. There was a lot of venom behind that one from Spittle. Doyle goes down and wins his side a free kick.
Did well, didn't he? Craig Curran into overhit pass, to say the least, by Spittle, but again from Marine, just keeping the ball and not trying to find the forward pass every time. Could be the key to unlocking the Stafford Rangers defence.
There's been a fair few set pieces in this game so far. There's another one for Marine. Will it create the opening goal? It's a great ball from Solomon in towards the back post. I think the final touch came off of a Stafford man, but it's run out for a throw in and not a corner. Down by the corner flag, Marine's left wing. Lussey, as he did throughout the first half, will come across to take.
It does look where both sides look more prominent, the set pieces. If it's a long throw or free kick, it looks like it's the way forward.
It's not the best throw. It's a little bit short and it's headed away fairly comfortably. Sean Smith can pick it up though and look to launch another one into the box. Headed away again by Stewart. It's Scarisbrick now for Marine inside the centre circle. Fires it into Curran. Not so able to control this one. A long hopeful ball forward. Might fall for Anderson. Good defending in there from Solomon Davis to nod it back to the goalkeeper, Bailey Passon.
Yeah, excellent by Solomon Davis in a similar position where we can see that third goal against Bamber Bridge. Definitely missed the right back on that day. He does really well to get in front of the striker and comfortably head it back to Passon.
Had to be alert there, Solomon Davis. Did what was needed of him. Ball forward from Passon. Saunders goes down looking for a free kick, but nothing given, and Spittle can play it down the line, looking for Solomon, who's come across to the right wing, fires one across the box. Curran unable to connect. Whether momentarily or not, it looks like Curran has come off that right wing, has taken up more of a central position. It looks like Torre's gone out to the left. So a little bit of a switch up for Marine. So they look to create an opening goal. Long clearance forward from Spittle. And it runs behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, you mentioned a change between the front three. I think it just might be, depends what kind of situation it is. If Solomon looks to be playing, getting involved in the game a bit better in that number 9, and keep him there. If not, Curran or Torre could also do a job there. That's the benefits of having versatile players in that attacking line.
Torre with his back to goal on the halfway line. Looks to spin away as Lussey tries to release him. Cleared away in the end, but Torre manages to win it back. Here's Scarisbrick. Can he make way down the left wing? Not quite, and it's cleared away in the end by the Stafford man. So no goals here at the Marine Travel Arena, but we've had a third goal at Hurst Cross. It's gone to Marsk, who have taken the lead for the first time this evening. 2-1 at Ashton. And Bamber Bridge have taken the lead in the last minute against Warrington Rylands. 2 promotion hopefuls there, playoff hopefuls. Throw down the line taken by Tonks. It's cleared away by Wardle. Headed forward again by Baxter. It's been everywhere on the pitch for Stafford. Clearance up towards Solomon. Can't quite take it down, and it's out for a Marine throw-in. Smith to take just inside the Stafford half. Looking for options is the left back. Looks down the line for Scarisbrick. And now Stafford could counter-attack here, but Saunders can't quite take it in his stride, but he wins it back from Solomon Davis. A little bit sloppy there. And then a sloppy pass allows Curran to pick it up. Looks to charge down the right wing. Good ball over the top for Scarisbrick. He can keep it in as well. Fakes to cross. In the end does cross, and it ricochets back off of Scarisbrick and out for a goal kick. Bit unlucky there for Scarisbrick.
Yeah, he's done really well again. Only Curran winning the ball back and playing a nice ball over the top. You just have to say that you don't see him more in and around the box. Yet to see him have a real opportunity in a white shirt.
Looks like the visitors are ready in their first substitution of the evening. Wait to see who's going to be making way. I think I can see number 7 on the subs board there, which would indicate that Alex Kawami's evening is up. It's number 15, Ethan Morgan, ready to come on. We wait for confirmation of that change as Morgan's not quite ready to come on. In the meantime, Passant will get us back underway with this goal kick. Long ball up towards Scarisbrick. It's Curran now. Looking for options ahead of him, but opts to go back to Solomon Davis. Closed down quickly. And Lucy can't quite win it back, but here's Spittle. Good defending there from Spittle. Wardle back to Passant, and a bit of a sliced ball out wide. And it looks like Stafford might be ready to make 2 changes here. Actually, it's number 17, Joseph Kenton, is also readied. Confirmation of that one there. Kawamia, his evening is up. And as expected, Ethan Morgan will come on in his place. He's had a quiet evening as Kawamia, former Chesterfield man. And we just wait to see. And confirmation of the second one there, in case you couldn't quite catch it. Callum Saunders has also been replaced by Joseph Kenton. So change in personnel for Stafford as they also go in search of the opening goal. No major chances to report on in this second half as of yet. Throw down the line headed by Curran. O'Neill stops the game, getting back underway quickly as Solomon Davis steps up to take a throw in for Marine, just in front of his own dugout. Just looking at the bench there, Tom, is there any changes that you would look to make?
Not too much in attacking areas, is there? I mean, you have to say that probably Lucas Weir would be the most going forward. But no, as of now, it's a tight game, isn't it? And be reluctant to change too much if I was Neil Young at this moment.
Just a reminder of the bench for Marine. It's Luke Clark, Alex Doyle, James Barrigan, Lucas Weir and Lewis Earle. So as you say, Tom, not a great deal of options in attack. A long ball forward from the goalkeeper Belford has fallen at the feet of Morgan, tries his luck his first involvement since coming on. There's a lot of venom behind the strike, but straight at Bailey passing it in the end. Takes the sting out of it before claiming it. Pulls it out to his feet and plays it long up towards Torre. Stewart goes down. Jumped over Torre to try and win the header. Clearance. It's a big hooked clearance from O'Neill. Out for a Marine throwing in a left back position. Here's Smith. Torre down the line. Curran appears to have gone back over to the right hand side of Marine's attack. Actually looks like Solomon is the more central at the moment. As Torre looks to head it forward for Scarisbrick. Not the best ball back for Belford from his defender, but he manages to deal with it well, and Morgan can control it. Burns clears further forward, and here's Charlie Doyle looking to spread it wide for Curran. Does well to meet it. Out wide to Scarisbrick. Back in for Doyle. A little bit short, and he's beaten to the ball, but he has won his side a throw-in. Long throw down the line now from Lucy. And the final touch comes off a Stafford man. It will be a corner.
Yeah, it hasn't quite worked for Marine so far in this game, but you can't argue that the 11 on that pitch more than capable of finding the opening goal in this game.
Just under an hour played. Still we are goalless at Marine Travel Arena. Could that be about to change as Solomon whips the ball in towards the back post? It's met by, is it Spittle at the back post? High and wide in the end. Not a great deal of movement on the Marine bench. A couple of players have left their seats to go and have a fairly relaxed warm-up. Luke Clark and James Barragan to our right. The goal kick taken long from Belford. It's headed away by Wardle. Again, he's like pinball in the centre of the pitch there at times. Neither side can get the ball down and play. Has been fairly sloppy at times. Bailey pass it with the ball in hand now. Just urging his side forward before playing it long. Over towards the right wing where Curran had to make up a bit of ground to put a challenge in. Leaves with throwing for Solomon Davis. Into the feet of Solomon. Gets it back, tries to play it wide for Curran. Solomon tracking back and putting a firm shoulder in. And the referee's blown his whistle and brought it back for a previous challenge. It's going Marine's way.
Yeah, I think Andy Scarisbrick just nipped in before the man in blue there, and it's another opportunity to put the ball in the box. Wardle and Spittle both getting up there. Just got to hope one of these finds their head and on target.
Does that really well, doesn't he, Scarisbrick? Nipping in and beating his man to the ball when so many free kicks off that situation. Now from this free kick, Solomon stood over the ball to the right of goal. Will be a crossing position in towards the back post, but it's bread and butter for Belford. Looks to play it quickly up to Kenton, controlled well by Solomon Davis, who will now look to make strides down the left wing. Baxter, cynical one, and it should be a yellow card for the Stafford number 4.
Yeah, it's a cynical one, like you say, from Baxter. Knew what he's doing. Yet another free kick for Marine. So they can do something with this one.
First booking of the evening for Jack Baxter. It's Torre now. Free kick taken quickly. Can Torre return it to Solomon? Good little move there from the free kick, actually. Inside the penalty area. It's cleared away by Stafford up towards Morgan. Morgan tries to return it to Kenton. Good footwork in there from Johnny Spittle. With a step over. Out wide now to Torre. Good move from Scarisbrick. Tries to return it to Torre, but a little bit of edgy defending there. Ball cleared up towards Morgan. In the centre of Tonks. And now Harvey can spread it wide for Dunn. Good strong challenge from Scarisbrick. Gives Curran something to chase, but I don't think the ball's going to hold up on this immaculate surface.
I think you said it there, Luke. I think Craig Curran, he's done really well out there for Marine, but he's been feeding off a lot of scraps, a lot of fizzed-in balls to him. He's not really had any sights of goal, and for a man of his pedigree, you wanted him in and around the box, causing the goalkeeper some problems.
That's right, over an hour played now at the MTA, still goalless. The only sight of goal we've really had, a disallowed one for Scarisbrick in the first half. Narrow offside against the midfielders. Torre picks the ball up in the centre of the pitch, looks to spread it forward to Scarisbrick. Cleared away by the Stafford man. Johnny Spittle takes ownership of this one. Just about manages to take it away from Morgan before Ethan Morgan tracks his man.
He did well in the end, didn't he? Johnny Spittle. Not too sure if he's thinking his goalkeeper might come for it, but just enough to evade the on-rushing Rangers player.
Just an update on one of those substitutions we had a few minutes ago. Kiwambia has just walked past the stand with a very heavy limp and with his knee bandaged up, so we wish him well. I hope it's nothing too serious. It's Josh Wardle now for Marine. Looks to scoop it forward towards Curran. It's headed away again by O'Neill. And now Lussey, unable to control, may have overstretched there and having a couple of injury worries of himself.
I don't think he'll be too much discomfort there. A little sprint straight after.
Springs back to life as soon as I mention the injury. Thanks for that one, Jordan.
Because one of those where you miss the ball and you try and run it off that way.
Is Spittle. Tries to play it forward quickly to Scarisbrick, always spraying away from the midfielder. Radcliffe have doubled their lead against Lancaster City. Luca Navarro with the goal for Radcliffe. Another playoff hopeful. As Lucy, no nonsense with that clearance, but Curran might just be able to make something of it. Ball into the box, into Solomon, takes it down well. Fantastic composure in the penalty area from Sol Solomon. He takes it down, he turns his man, and he fires into the back of the net. Marine 1, Stafford Rangers 0.
Wow. He was a man who was always going to make something happen in this game, Sol Solomon. He took it so well, doesn't he? The touch, and he took his time, placed it into that top corner. And what a goal from the youngster.
Solomon will of course be credited with the goal. A massive shout out to Craig Curran there. Kept it alive when it looked like it was going to run behind for a almost goal kick. Manages to scoop the ball back into the box. Solomon controls with the left. Turns back onto his right foot. Unbelievable composure in the penalty area from the former Jersey man. The Marine fans rightfully sing his name. Solomon grabs his 10th goal of the season.
Yeah, in a game where a goal is so crucial. Hope to see that as a winner in this game.
I was starting to worry that we might be fizzling out into a 0-0. Not too many chances to report on. Here's Anderson. Takes the topple, spreads it wide to Dunn as referee waves play on. Stafford look to respond quickly. Stewart with a long clearance there, but runs out of play. And it looks like there is a man down for Marine. Is it Curran? Yeah, I think it's Craig Curran. Not something that Neil Young will want to see. He's back to his feet now, thankfully.
Yeah, you mentioned the build up to the goal, Curran. I think he's done really well in this game, getting involved any chance he can. Picked out Solomon with such composure. That's what's got the first goal in this game.
Solomon Davis throws down the line. It bounces off of Scarisbrick rather than a control. It will be a throw-in for Stafford. And the penalty area is absolutely crowded. Headed away by Solomon Davis, further away by Solomon. Craig Curran really doesn't look comfortable in there. But Lussey might be able to send Solomon on his way. If he can take this down, he's on the edge of a penalty area. Manages to skip past his man and he's shoved to the ground. Surely it's a free kick, and it is. Nothing more, or will a yellow card be brandished?
There's a strange foul. Was it Andrew Burns who's going to pick up a yellow card for his troubles, but Solomon again getting involved, and he's really come to life in this game.
Away from the ball. Craig Curran is back on the ground, and I can't see him continuing much longer. Second time is gone down. Just trying to work out who was picked up this booking over at the far end of the pitch. Not always the easiest to see on a Tuesday night. Looks like
Substitution for Green, replacing number 7, Craig Curran.
Craig Curran's evening is over. Not the ending that he would have hoped for. And down.
It's number 15, James Barrier.
Going down with a couple of injuries. What do you make of his evening today, Tom?
Yeah, I think he's done really well on that right hand side, Curran. He's been physical and he's put some good crosses in, and one of them's led to the goal in the game, and I'm sure his manager will be happy with his performance this evening.
Just over 70 minutes played. James Barrigan enters the pitch. Not a like-for-like swap by any means, but what he will give you is a bit more energy in the centre of the pitch. Solomon lines up a free kick from the edge of a penalty area in towards the far post. It was not usually a shooting position from there, but tried his luck. Back underway now with this goal kick from Belford. Tries to play it forward quickly. All the way back to Passant now from Solomon Davis as he regains possession. Long clearance from Passant. Sean Smith might be able to latch on to the end of that one. In the end, I think he got Stud's touch on the ball. Moving straight in with the linesman. As the throw-in goes away, Stafford Rangers. Will be another long throw into the box from Tonks. Headed away by Smith, and it's out for a corner.
Yeah, they're going to have to dig deep, aren't they? Marine in this last 15-20 minutes. A goal up, but after conceding a fair few goals in the last few games, a clean sheet here would be vital to get back on track in the league.
An in-swinger from this corner, headed away by Lussey. Solomon needs to sort out his feet and clear long as he does. Spittle, not the best clearance, and it's out for a throw-in by the Marine subs. Luke Clark is getting involved there. Here's Morgan, wants to get it back onto his right foot, in towards the penalty area, just in front of Stewart. Back to Morgan now, down the left wing for Stafford. It might just fall for Tonks. Good challenge in there from Lucy, and the clearance to match. Solomon gives chase, but it's all the way back to Belford. Long ball forward, searching for Kenton. Looks to head it forward. Lucy's there to cover. Here's Smith. Tries to just loop it forward for Barrigan. The clearance is headed away by Wardle. It's a little bit scrappy in there again. And in the end, it's out of play for a Marine throw-in. Looks like Marine already in a second change of the evening. Stafford have it back now on the halfway line. Looks to spread it wide quickly over towards Morgan. And it's going to be Alex Doyle to enter the fray. I think the number 9 went up there, which would indicate that Mo Torre is about to be replaced, and it is Mo Torre. So that's the end of the evening for Mo Torre. What did you make of his performance this evening, Tom?
Yeah, I think he's struggled to find his touch at times. Toure, he's done some good pressing, some good work off the ball, but on the ball, I'm sure that he'll be wanting to get back amongst the goals.
So Sol Solomon, he only recognised forward on the pitch as the throw-in goes in towards the box from Tonks, cleared away by Scarisbrick. Solomon will be asked to lead the line pretty much by himself. Lucy unable to win it back for his side. Scarisbrick looks to bring it away. The referee awards the free kick the way of Stafford.
It's a clumsy one, wasn't it, by Andy Scarisbrick, just coming through the back of his man there and giving Stafford an opportunity to put a delivery in. 15 to go.
Into the final quarter of an hour. Still Marine lead by just the 1 goal. Sol Solomon, a tidy finish inside the penalty area. The difference so far. Smith heads away. Can Solomon take it down? Not quite. Baxter sweeps up and all the way back to O'Neill. It's a sore one for Scarisbrick from close range. Initially takes it well, but the ball's out of play. Just take a second. Is not a nice one to take on a cold night in January.
That's what he's come on to do, though. Alex Doyle, first set piece coming in, he's leapt above any other player on the pitch to win that header. I'm sure he'll be in amongst the defensive work as the game goes on.
Solomon Davis clears up towards Charlie Doyle. Can't quite shift it away from Tonks. Harvey looks to spread it wide to Morgan. Always looking to get it back onto his right foot. Solomon Davis goes down. Solomon holds it up well and spreads it wide to Scarisbrick. Just off balance there. Good defending from Dunn. The deflected clearance falls to Barrigan. Makes a bit of a mess of the ball forward. Burns looks to spread it wide to Kenton. Back to Burns now. Looking long towards Anderson. Cleared away by Wardle. And Lucy looks to play it forward towards Solomon. Headed away, and Lucy again up towards Doyle. Charlie Doyle, that is, with Alex Doyle now on the pitch. Out wide to Morgan from a Stafford point of view. Spreads the play to the opposite flank where Kenton can pick it up. Tonks looks to sweep it forward. Wardle in there to clear for Marine. It's all very scrappy in there. Neither side enjoying while able to string 2 passes together, to be honest. Scarisbrick looks to head it forward for Marine. And then Burns once again with the long ball forward. Wardle across to clear, not the best clearance into the path of Kenton, closed down well by Spittle. Cleared away, let off for Marine, not the best clearance there for Wardle. His centre-back partner Spittle bailing him out there. They try the long ball forward to Stafford, but Solomon Davis is in there to intercept. Here's Scarisbrick. Now Alex Doyle with what seems like his first involvement in the game. Lucy wide to Sean Smith. Just tries to take the sting out the ball a little bit. Good ball up towards Scarisbrick. Very eager to get the ball forward towards Solomon again. Belford can clear.
I think they just need to have a bit more belief in their football. Marine getting a bit too frantic and just clear it anywhere. They can get this ball down and they can play football despite them being a goal ahead.
Confirmation of the attendance this evening, 987 inside the Marine Travel Arena. Fantastic support, as always, for the Mariners. Supported very well by Stafford Rangers, it has to be said as well. Fans have been very vocal. As they tried to play the ball forward quickly over the head of Spittle, but the centre-back defends it well, out for a throw-in. Anderson leaves it for Tonks, who once again has taken ownership of the throw-in. He's got the short option, which he opts for. It looked like a foul throw. The ball into the box from Dunn, headed away by Alex Doyle. Clearance once more from Scarisbrick as it comes again from Stafford. Away from Alex Doyle. Forward now from Baxter. Lucy can't take it down. Up and forward from Charlie Doyle. Solomon goes down. Referee gives nothing. Headed away by Wardle. Can Marine just get the ball down? Play very frustrating at times to watch. Anderson trying to regain possession for Stafford. Alex Doyle tries to slide it through to Solomon, but not quite the right direction on the ball forward. Ball back with the Stafford goalkeeper, Belford. Plays it long up towards Morgan, controls it well. It's Tonks, loose with his touch and cleared away by Spittle. Solomon opts not to give chase to that one. One ball forward now from O'Neill, who's headed out by Solomon Davis.
Just start to sense that frustration in the crowd with Marine giving the ball away at every opportunity. With Tonks on these long throws, just hope they get a foothold in the game.
Another ball thrown into the box from Tonks, very deep before being cleared away. Stewart tries to head it on. The overhead kick attempt from O'Neill. It's cleared eventually by Marine, and now Barragan looks to charge it forward down the left wing. He's got no options ahead of him, so he's just got to smash it down the line. It's controlled by Burns. Down the line, taken down well by Kenton. Forward once more from Baxter. Anderson can play it into the feet of Tonks. Back to Burns. A couple of passes now from Stafford Rangers for a long ball, looking for Morgan. Brilliant touch from Morgan. Got Solomon Davis for company. Shouts of the ball perhaps crossing the line for a throw-in, but the referee's wave play on, and it's eventually rebounded back off of Solomon Davis for a corner. Looks like it will be Ethan Morgan to take ownership of this corner. So a chance for Stafford. O'Neill and Stewart hit their way into the box. Poor corner from Morgan, cleared away at the near post from Lucy. For Solomon Davis clears further on the halfway line now with Burns. Away from Smith. It's Barragan. Tries to just launch it down the line. Solomon can attempt to climb for it, but not given much there. Lucy. Good controlled ball out wide now for Scarisbrick. Looking for options ahead of him, but Marine not exactly charging forward with numbers. Alex Doyle, loose ball across the width of the pitch. Sean Smith does well to firstly regain possession and secondly not give away a free kick. Wardle into Alex Doyle now, more assured of the pass for second time of asking. Here's Barragan in a left back position as Sean Smith pushes on. Up to Spittle, who's no nonsense, safety first. Allows Ethan Stewart to nod back to his goalkeeper. Rolls it out to O'Neill. Long ball forward, looking for Anderson down the left wing. Dealt with well by Solomon Davis. Out for a Marine throw.
It's been outstanding. Solomon Davis in the second half. He's done everything his manager had asked for him. And he likes to get forward and bomb on, but just his defensive play as a right back this evening, I think it's been brilliant.
About 6 minutes to go until the 90-minute mark. Shouldn't expect too much time to be added on. Not been many stoppages. As the ball runs out for a Bailey Passant goal kick. If you are just joining us for the final 5 minutes or so, it's currently Marine 1, Stafford Rangers 0. Sol Solomon with a very tidy finish inside the penalty area, taking it down with his left, turning with his right, and finishing with the third touch into the top corner. As it stands, Marine climb to 7th in the table. Wins for Radcliffe and FC United of Manchester keep the pressure on the playoff positions.
Well, if you want to be up there and in and amongst it, these are the kind of games you've got to grind out the 3 points, especially after the way we fell to defeat at Stafford a few months ago.
Seems like a lifetime ago now that we're at the beginning of the season. Solomon sends a free kick into the box. No conviction with the header from Spittle. Didn't make a good enough contact on the ball. Easy pickings for Belford. So tried to launch a counter-attack, but once again Solomon Davis is all over it. Quite right, Tom. Absolutely fantastic in the second half, Solomon Davis.
Just his strength and his pace has really shone in the second half, and he's kept any sort of blue shirt head in his way at bay.
He's managed to win the throw-in a right-back position by his own corner flag. Ball up towards Charlie Doyle, can't quite head on. Barragan looks to sweep it forward, headed away again by Stewart. Spittle in there. And Lucy in the end with the left-footed clearance. Good interception from Scarisbrick as Stafford tried to come forward. It's a good run from Scarisbrick, who's got Barragan to his left. It's a crossing, strange cross really, lofted. It is Solomon though. Can he beat his man? He can, he's into the box. Can he get the shot away? Not quite. Away from Stafford, but Lucy can pick it up once more. Tries to launch it into the box. Solomon can't quite take it down. Spittle heads wide to Solomon Davis. Lucy, Scarisbrick, sorry, tries to dink it down the line. Solomon Davis sweeps up. With a few minutes to go, Tom, I'll just ask you to start thinking about your man of the match for this evening. As Burns looks to play it forward quickly for Stafford. Long ball forward once again from Baxter. Tonks picks it up on the right wing now with Morgan. Challenge in there from Smith and away from Barragan. First time clearance from O'Neill. And here is Burns. Back to Stewart. Good footwork from a centre-back to a centre-back partner. O'Neill. Spreads it up towards Anderson. Scarisbrick lays it off for Spittle, and a long ball forward. Looking for Solomon. It's not the best pass back to his goalkeeper from O'Neill. I think he was just trying to clear it there, but it's skidded off his boot. Belford with a long ball forward up towards Kenton. Can't quite reach it, but Wardle can clear now. Ball along the defensive line of Stafford now. Look to launch it forward. Once more up towards Kenton. Smith lets it run. And I think the last touch has come off of Kenton there. It's out for a goal kick.
I think Bailey Passant's doing what I was just about to say. You need a few stoppages towards the end of this game to take the sting out of it. It feels like the game's just kind of gone on as Stafford build their pressure.
Into the 90th minute, Tom, so I'll ask you, who is your commentary man of the match for this evening?
I think you'd have to, for me, I'm going to steer it towards Sol Solomon for that moment of magic. He looks to, well, hopefully have given his side all 3 points, but a special shout out in the second half. Josh Davis just mentioned he's been terrific at the back. He's stopped everything that's come his way, but I think I'll have to give it the game winner, Sol Solomon.
Pass it back to his feet now. He's made a recovery, to the surprise of no one in the stadium. Long throwing down the line from Dunn. It's cut out from Solomon Davis before he smashes it into the face of his own teammate, Alex Doyle. Confirmation there of our added time this evening. Just 3 minutes. As Tonks readies another throw in to go in towards the centre. It's met by Morgan with a last touch on it. But passing off his line well to gather. A few of the Stafford fans starting to count the amount of time that Bailey Passant has the ball in his hands for. Not really a 6-second rule that you see implemented so often nowadays. Alex Doyle manages to just about squirm away, but does look like there might be a head injury there for Solomon, I believe. Or maybe Charlie Doyle. Back to his feet now. A couple of the Stafford Rangers players unhappy with what they deem to be a little bit of theatrics from the Marine players as they look to grind out this victory. What an important victory it would be if they can see it over the line. Looking to break a run of 5 without a win. The last victory against Lancaster City on the 3rd of December.
Certainly, sorry, Luke, I was just about to say, it certainly would be a vital 3 points for Marine on the back of a couple sore losses. Just get us back in and amongst the playoff places that we have been for the majority of the season.
Long clearance up from O'Neill. Anderson looks to play it forward now, but it's headed away by Smith. Solomon Davis using his strength to turn away from a couple if he can. Wide to Scarisbrick, but unable to keep the ball in play. And it looks like Tonks is going to get one last chance to launch the ball into the box for Stafford Rangers. It's another throw in for the number 8. Headed away by Spittle, further away by Smith. 45 seconds to go. Long ball into the box.
Free.
Gathered by Bailey Passant. Bassam with a long clearance up the pitch, looking for Charlie Doyle. Solomon might just pick it up. It might just fall for him here, 25 yards from goal. In the end, he gives away a free kick, the little trip on O'Neill. Belford wasting no time and getting us back underway, but Solomon just delaying the retaking. We have played the 3 minutes of added time, and there is the referee's full-time whistle. Sol Solomon's goal in the 66th minute. After a fantastic cross from Craig Curran, Solomon took it down, span his man, and slotted nicely into the top right corner. It's enough to give Marine their first win in 6. 3 points, sees them up to 7th in the Northern Premier League. Full-time score, Marine 1, Stafford Rangers 0. Thank you to Tom Wardle for joining me, and we'll see you for the next one.